Have you ever heard the story of the fox and the grapes? A fox sees some juicy, delicious-looking grapes hanging high on a vine. He tries everything to get them jumping, climbing, leaping, but they're just out of his reach. Finally, he gives up. As he walks away, he mutters to himself, "Oh, those grapes were probably sour anyway." Sound familiar? Maybe not with a fox and grapes, but with something else. This isn't just a children's story. It's a perfect illustration of a powerful psychological defense mechanism we all use. Rationalization. It's our brain's clever way of protecting our ego from disappointment. When we can't get what we want, or when we do something that doesn't align with our beliefs, we invent a plausible, logical-sounding reason to make ourselves feel better. Think about it. You didn't get that job you interviewed for. Instead of feeling the sting of rejection, you might think, well, the commute would have been terrible, or I probably wouldn't have liked the company culture anyway. Or maybe you splurged on an expensive gadget you didn't need. To justify the purchase, you tell yourself, it's an investment in my productivity. It will pay for itself in the long run. That's your inner fox, calling the grapes sour. This process is called cognitive dissonance reduction. Our brains hate the discomfort of holding two conflicting thoughts at the same time, like I am a smart, capable person and I failed to get that job. To resolve this tension, one of the thoughts has to change. It is often easier to change our perception of the situation. The grapes were sour than to change our perception of ourselves. So, where does this come from? It's a deeply ingrained survival instinct. Our brains are wired to avoid pain and seek comfort. Feeling like a failure is painful. So, the brain creates a new narrative where we didn't actually fail, we just cleverly avoided something undesirable. It's a mental painkiller. The problem is, while it soothes us in the short term, it can hold us back in the long run. If we constantly rationalize our failures, we never learn from them. If the fox had admitted he just couldn't jump high enough, he might have tried a different strategy next time. Maybe he'd find a box to stand on, or practice his jumping. But by convincing himself the grapes were sour, he robbed himself of a chance to grow. He walked away with his pride intact, but his stomach was still empty. The same goes for us. If you keep telling yourself the jobs you don't get weren't good enough, you might miss important feedback about your interview skills or your resume. If you always justify your impulse buys, you'll never develop better financial habits. Rationalization becomes a roadblock to self-improvement. So how do we stop the sour grapes mindset? The first step is awareness. The next time you feel disappointed or make a questionable decision, listen for that little voice in your head making excuses. Catch your inner fox in the act. Ask yourself honestly, are these grapes really sour? Or am I just telling myself that because I can't reach them? Instead of inventing reasons, try embracing the discomfort. It's okay to feel disappointed. It's okay to admit you made a mistake. Acknowledge the feeling without judgment. Say, wow, I'm really bummed I didn't get that, or I probably shouldn't have bought that. This simple act of honesty breaks the cycle. It allows you to see the situation clearly and learn from it. True confidence doesn't come from never failing. It comes from knowing you can handle failure. Learn from it and keep going. It's about being honest with yourself, even when it stinks a little. So, the next time you face a bunch of out-of-reach grapes, don't walk away calling them sour. Acknowledge they look delicious, and figure out how you're going to build a ladder. Thanks so much for watching. If this video gave you some food for thought, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into how our minds work. See you in the next one.